everyone, welcome back. Today I will be making chocolate, banana, and pecan cookies. These are some of my favorite cookies and I've made them before, but honestly I can't really remember. I definitely didn't record it, so I'm excited to walk through it today. They're pretty easy. The first thing we're going to do is cream the butter and sugar. So it's half a cup of granulated sugar plus 2 tablespoons. And then half a cup of softened cubed butter. Okay, so you're just gonna cream them for a few minutes until they're combined. Once the butter and sugar are a bit more combined, turn it up to medium and make sure it's nice and fluffy. Okay, once it's nice and fluffy, it says to gradually add the egg in, so I'm gonna do a little bit at a time. It is only 1 egg, so just keep that in mind. Okay, and so I did beat that pretty high, medium high with the egg, butter, and sugar. Now time to sift, my absolute least favorite thing. 1 cup of flour, 3½ tablespoons of cacao powder, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then I believe it's a ½ teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm gonna sift this all directly into here. So I'm just gonna remove it to do that. So I combined all the dry ingredients first, and then I'm going to add it right above the wet mixture, and I'm just going to sift it in. And if it all doesn't make it in the sifter, it's fine, because you all know, hate sifting. And then I'm going to gradually mix it with the stand mixer. So definitely don't over mix it at this point, just about 15 seconds each time to combine it. Okay, so now I'm adding about half of a mashed banana. Up until these cookies I had never baked with banana in cookies, of course, and banana bread, but honestly I think that's what makes these so soft, so gooey. It's really only half a banana, so it's not too much. But in it goes. So mix that just to combine it. Okay, now you want to add 3/4 of a cup of dark chocolate. I only had semi-sweet, so these cookies are going to be a bit sweeter than they were last time. We're just going to see how they turn out. Of course, chocolate is chocolate, so you can substitute with what you have. So mix them all in. Okay, so definitely don't over mix it. It comes together pretty quickly, so don't walk away from it. Just stay right here while you're doing this. Okay, so that's actually all the batter is. So now what we're gonna do is roll them out into each of their cookies, and then roll them in the pecans and the powdered sugar. Okay, so the not so fun part about these is that they are really, really sticky, and they're supposed to be, so you're gonna have to wash your hands a few times in between each of the cookies. So we're just gonna start it out. What you're gonna do is you're gonna roll them out and then roll it into the pecans, and then, okay, technically you're supposed to let them sit in the fridge for 2 hours at that point. You guys all know I'm not about that. Last time I made these, I did not let them sit. I have no idea what the difference ultimately would be, but if you guys try them, please let me know how it works letting them chill. But ain't nobody got time for that, at least in my day. So enough of me talking, let's just get to it. And so each of them are going to be about 1 inch in size. Like I said, you will have to wash your hands in between each one. So what I do is I essentially get a glob. You definitely can't see this. So I get a glob of it. It's not a perfect ball at this point, but when you add it to the pecans, it makes it easier to shape. Okay. Then I stick it on the tray. We'll go back and we'll add it into the confectioner's sugar at the end. Another thing to keep in mind is that these don't make that many cookies, so you could definitely double the batch moving forward if you wanted to. All right, because I actually have more batter than I originally thought, I needed a second tray, and so I actually put the cookies in the fridge to refrigerate just while I do this. So technically we are following the steps, but it's just in there so it's not too hot, because I had them on the stove, and the stove is preheating to 375, so it's getting a little toasty. So they're actually in the fridge. Okay, so they were in the fridge for just a few minutes. They definitely firmed up a bit. They look like little Ferrero Rocher chocolates. So now what we're gonna do is coat them in the powdered sugar. And so you wanna coat them pretty well in the powdered sugar, and you wanna press it in so it sticks. All right, so now they are completely coated. I am gonna separate them out onto 2 sheets, because when they spread, I don't want them to all hit each other. So we're just gonna space them out a bit more. Okay, so now they're gonna go in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm gonna check them at 8 because you all know my luck. Everything cooks way faster than it should. So I'm gonna put them in, check them at 8 minutes, and see how they look. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the 8-minute timer just went off, and I've been staring at them because I realized I forgot a step per usual. You're supposed to roll them, coat them in the powdered sugar, and then flatten them a little bit. Right now they look like little buttons, but I mean, they look really cute, but I don't know how they're gonna cook, so I'm gonna peek on them. And I really just have no idea when they're done. But, okay, you guys can see. I'm gonna say they're done because they're gonna sit here for 10 minutes and cook a bit longer. And because of the banana, they're definitely way more moist. And I definitely made some little cookies. So, per usual, I'd rather have undercooked than overcooked. And as I'm talking, I'm letting the ones on the bottom shelf cook a little bit. So this way, if these ones are too undercooked, the other ones would be fine. So, but we're gonna take them out now. Okay. And so these ones are actually much bigger, some of them. So I'm gonna say they're done. Like, if you're doing this, you will see that they are glistening because they definitely look undercooked, but they're gonna have to sit here for 10 minutes, so set another timer and just let them cool, and then you're all done. So all in all, this took less than an hour, much better than some of my previous cakes have been taking half a day, honestly. So highly recommend these, some of my favorite cookies. So if you guys try them out, you'll have to let me know, and I'll see you next time.